So it is 10 o'clock in the morning here in France. I've already gone to the supermarket. I left at 8 something. I think I have to do 2 more errands. Basically, it's super hot, so I'm just trying to get everything done before midday so I don't have to be in the street. So, in another couple of weeks, I'll give you a little bit of lowdown on the last video of what I was talking about, the stuff that had been going on between the 7th and the 8th and all that. But because it's depending who I'm talking about, I'm going to let some time pass just to make it look more anonymous, okay? I was just trying to explain to you so many crazy things are going on, but whatever. I handle all those situations. So let me tell you about a dream that I had last night. I had to stay up till 5 in the morning fixing a podcast and all that. There's some shenanigans going on. I'll leave it at that. And so finally I finished at 5. So my daughter was up, right? And I was like, let's pray. So we prayed a little bit because usually I try to always wake up at 3 to pray. Sometimes it could be 3, sometimes it could be 4, whatever. But I made that promise that I'm always, supposed to wake up in the middle of the night to pray. And I made that promise to God years ago when they had been harassing us and targeting us when I didn't know what was going on in this world. And we didn't have an apartment before we got the apartment in the mountains in Spain. We were staying with my best friend. So that was one of the promises I made to God. I was like, please let us get a new apartment and I will wake up every night and pray to you. So I've kept my promise for the most part. There might be some days that I might oversleep, and sometimes it's just because my body really needs it, but I'll make sure I pray in the morning, or the last time it happened this week, I compensated by praying until 10, from 6 to 10 in the morning. So I had a dream that was pretty interesting. I won't say this is a rapture dream like a lot of people talk about, because I've had weird dreams years ago of zombies and weird things chasing me outside. I won't say that's not I don't know what kind of dream it is, but it was really interesting because I don't even remember what was happening in the beginning part of the dream. I only remember the last part of the dream right before I woke up. I know there was kids and stuff, things were happening. And then it was as if I was in this apartment where I'm at now. And all of my kids were in the same bed, sleeping, except for my eldest daughter, the one that I feel is the closest to me soul-wise, let's say. And she was still laying down as if she was sleeping. Her eyes were closed, but she was talking to me, as if she was talking in her sleep, but she wasn't talking gibberish. She was telling me with her eyes closed, the only one that was responsive, to go outside and get something. And I was I'm not going outside. I was standing up. I was kind of in front of the window, and and I could just see I don't know what was going on outside, but there were things going on outside. And I was I'm not going outside there. There was stuff going on. And it was as if I just heard an intuitive voice, because it just was an intuitive voice. I don't know how to explain that to you. And the voice just made a commentary and said, the demons are already defeated. They're and they said it as if in 3 regions. And this is what I've been thinking about, but I don't want to embellish on it because I don't want to take away from the purity of the dream. But it was as if it was telling me the demons are defeated. They're defeated here, or they didn't say here, but they said they just said they're here, there, something like this, as if in 3 regions, they've fallen in 3 regions or something like that. That's what I understood in the dream. And then it said their only joke or their only fun this whole time has been that people didn't realize that they were already done or defeated or everything was over, and people were still going on along with it. Where I woke up and I said, well, isn't that what Jesus had been saying? Because when Jesus died on the cross for us, in that sense, he already said that they were defeated. So they've always been defeated. But I mean, in the dream itself, that's what I heard. I heard a voice say that they're only fun, that they were having fun with, as far as with mankind, has been that we didn't know how bad or that how done they were. and that was their fun, that they just kind of kept it going. But I didn't understand like for how long. I don't know if we've been talking about for months. I don't know if we're talking about here that it's been done for years. I just heard that like as if it was in 3 regions that they've fallen, like their strongholds or their principalities have maybe fallen. I'm adding to that because that was not what I was told in the dream about principalities or strongholds. They just said 3 regions, or the voice. It was a male voice, and it said like 3 regions. Take from that what you will. I even like later tried to like maybe think about it, like maybe I'm overthinking. I was like, isn't it interesting, like for whatever reason all the kids in the bed were like supposedly sleeping except for my daughter, and like, you know, she's still a little bit like in limbo land because, you know, she doesn't like hear the simming and all that exactly. Like she sees some stuff going on around us, but she just, you know, she's not but she was the only one that, although her eyes were closed, she was like able to talk to me. But I wasn't sleeping at all. I wasn't sleeping at all in the dream. I was like completely alert, like standing like as if I was like in the house, like on guard or just like normal, you know what I mean? So that was pretty interesting. Take from that what you will. Have a wonderful day. And yeah, and that's it. Stay strong.